As a man, you should always be looking for ways to improve yourself, ways to level up, ways to make your life better for yourself, not only just so you can feel better about yourself, so you can make life better for those around you, whether that be family, friends, people that depend on you, if you have a business, your employees. Today I'm going to talk about 5 topics that I feel like are important to this health aspect of being a man, and things and tips that I have learned over a couple of years. I'm still learning as I go. That's the great thing about this is that, it's a learning process. So I don't claim to know everything, but these are just some of the things that I have come in contact with or things that I have learned. First thing I want to talk about is skincare. This is one of the things that I wish I would have started earlier, maybe like in high school. I didn't. I kind of had like what was a brand? It was a brand that I think it was like, I don't really remember the brand, but I used to use it just to like clean my acne, pimples, and stuff like that. But I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just kind of like recommended this by a friend, and it wasn't really much research done. Nowadays, there's a lot more research, there's a lot more tools, information out there. So I have recently like gotten back into some skincare because I feel like my skin isn't as good as it should be. But pretty much it consists of like a cleaning process and a moisturizing and like a protective, I mean like against the sun. So like a sunscreen. I'm not getting into the road right now. I'm actually washing my face and like removing dirt. I use this. This is what I found works best for me. Obviously, do your own research. People have different skin types. It's important to take care of your skin because it is the biggest organ on our body. And the face, especially important because the part of us that we present to the world when we talk to people, they're looking at our face. I wash my face 2 or 3 times a day, depending on what I'm doing that day. Like, let's say I'll wake up, I'll take a shower, wash my face. Or then if like throughout the day I go to the gym, like I'll wash my face after that because I feel like the sweat like kind of irritates my face. So if I don't wash it, it just feels itchy and nasty. And then I'll wash it again right before I sleep. I'll try to typically usually remember to do that. Unless I've had like a really long day and I kind of just fall asleep and forget. But yeah, usually 2 or 3 times a day. Part would be moisturizing. For me, this is the one that I use, CeraVe. I will say when I first started using this, it would kind of like burn, not like burn crazy, but it did feel like a little irritation. And I was kind of worried about it, so I would use a little bit. But I felt like it was just like my skin getting used to it. Now when I put it on, I don't really feel anything. Actually, when I don't put it on, I feel like my skin is dry and crusty. I can like immediately notice as I start driving or something. I'm like, dang, I forgot to put a moisturizer on. So it has become something where it's my daily routine. Because if I don't use it, I can notice right away, and it just throws off my balance for the day. The last part of skincare, I would say, is probably one of the like more important parts. They're all important, but I feel like this one, there's been studies to show that the sun damages your face. So to prevent that, it's good to use a sunscreen. Like when you know you're going to go out, you're going to be outside all day, you're going to be driving around doing different things. But there has been studies of like just like those basic sunscreens where they're bad for your face. They can be cancerous and stuff like that. So I was recommended a mineral sunscreen. This is the one I use, and it's worked pretty fine. It's called Badger. I will say if I put too much on though, it makes my face look like shiny, kind of glossy. I don't really like that, so I apply like minimal, just like a thin coating on top, and I should be good to go. Help keeps the skin looking nicer for longer. It's not something I'll see right away, but down the line as I get older, hopefully I prevent those wrinkles and that sun damage. Fitness is important to everybody's life because our bodies require it to grow and to maintain our systems internally. It helps the blood flow, it helps muscles grow, keeps your chemical balances. For men, gets the testosterone levels high or whatever you need. and it's all around really good because your bodies need it. Your bodies need that blood to be circulating at higher like blood rate. Fitness, I don't really mean like, oh, you have to like do cardio all the time and go to the gym every day. Like, I don't do that myself just because I'm busy sometimes and I don't really have time. But I do try to typically go to the gym 4 or 3 times a week. And then if I don't have time to make it to the gym, which is kind of a dumb excuse I might have, I do have weights here at home where I'll do like quick workout, do like sit-ups, push-ups, do some stretching, just to keep that blood flow going and to keep my body active. So when I do get back to the gym, it's not like, oh, I'm starting over from like a long rest period, because I don't know if you've done that. It's kind of hard. Like, you get back in after like, let's say months of not doing exercise, and your body's just like, oh man, this is terrible. And that's why it's important to be consistent with it. Go for hikes, go for swimming, if you like doing that, go play tennis, play scrimmage games with your friends, or even just go for a walk around your neighborhood. Walking, I think, is one of like the most overlooked activity that is really beneficial to your health. It keeps, your blood flowing, keeps your muscles active, and in the long run, it'll really be beneficial to you in fitness. It'll help control your weight, cholesterol, sugar, and all that stuff. Next tip I want to talk about is hair. Hair is kind of like a tricky subject because not every hair is the same. Some people have more, some people have fuller hair, some people have thinner hair, some people have curly hair, some people have straight hair, wavy hair. So it's kind of like, you have to like know what you have and do research on what you have, but also take care of it. I've heard people say like, oh, they don't shower with really hot water because then it's bad for the scalp. And yeah, that's true. I typically take showers with warm water just because I don't want to be in a freezing shower. I don't like that at all. Yeah, I don't like my hair care. I feel like I kind of got lucky in the sense that I've always had a lot of hair. Like my hair grows back really quick. I typically just wash it with shampoo and then conditioner. Sometimes I'll forget the conditioner and I'll put like not even gel, it's like a pomade, I guess. But if I can avoid putting pomade in it, I avoid it just because I feel like putting too much products in my hair, I feel like kind of damages and makes it thin. And that's why I don't really have a hair routine. I just kind of do the basics. I feel like for me, that's what works. Like right now, I feel like I really like my hair. I just got a haircut. Looks great. Going from like this modern mullet look. I like the volume, like the texture on it. Like I said, like if I can avoid putting products in it for that day, I will. Sometimes it looks great like this. Like I didn't even put anything in it today. I haven't washed it today. Don't tell anybody that I said that. But yeah. And I will say, like, if you're balding and you don't want to be balding, like you're not ready to go full bald, definitely check out, like, they have different programs like Hims and like other hair loss programs where they'll help men through that process, where they actually keep their hair, regrow their hair, or do whatever is necessary. There's even like those videos of like men going to Turkey to get hair transplants, which, hey, like, if that's something that you feel like you want and you can do it, I would definitely suggest, like, yeah, why not? Who cares what other people think? At the end of the day, what's important is that you feel good about yourself, and that you're healthy, and that you look your best. Next thing I want to talk about is sleep. I feel like sleep is easily looked over just because of the fact we're all busy. We have lives, we have things we want to do, whether it be work late into the night, go out and party with friends, do different activities, night activities. I don't really know what kind of activities you could do, but I know there's people that probably do certain things and they rather do that than sleep. However, sleep is important. It recharges the body, helps your skin relax so you're not always tense, relaxes your muscle, clears your mind, helps you reset for the next day, makes you feel energized so you're not waking up groggy. I will say a couple years back, I was definitely um, like not following that. I was getting maybe like 3-4 hours of sleep, and it wasn't because I was doing anything productive. I was just like, watching TV or whatever, going out with friends, and I didn't really feel like I needed to sleep. But I just remembered those times that I would wake up the next day like groggy, like kind of like mean, like I, I guess, yeah, like in a bad mood in general. I just didn't felt like, oh man, like terrible. Why did I do that? And it was kind of like a cycle where I just constantly do it every day. I will say, I think like I took a trip to Mexico, and there, like my family's from like a little pueblo. So like at a certain time, it was like dark outside. There was like nothing to do. I don't even think I had a TV in my room that I was staying in. So I was asleep like early, and I kind of like adopted that and brought that back with me when I came back to LA. And I've really seen like a change in my mood, change in my attitude, like change in my energy, in myself, and in things that I've wanted to do. And it's really been like helpful. Like, I'm just kind of trying to give you an example because, I know there's a lot of research that says, oh, you need a certain amount of hours or this and that. Yeah, I typically get like 6 or 7 hours of sleep if I can more. But I will definitely say like sleeping more regularly at a regular time has been beneficial. I feel happier with myself. I feel like my body is a lot more healthy in general. Just my mood is better, my attitude, and everything feels a lot better than in those couple of months that I was really burning myself out. The last thing I want to talk about, because obviously, I talk about fashion on here, is always be looking for inspiration. Don't always stay the same. Don't try to just because it worked once, it'll work again. Like, there's obviously, you have your statement pieces in your wardrobe that you will wear again and again. Yes, definitely. But it's always good to switch it up. Like, for example, my hair, for a while, I was kind of going for like those taper fades. And recently I started to grow my hair out. I just wanted something longer, something I could style more. And I just kind of got tired of it. And I was like, oh, switch it up. And I've definitely gotten some compliments. Oh, wow, like your hair looks nice, or your hair looks curly. It doesn't look curly to me, but someone has said that to me. And it was just interesting because, just switching it up, growing it out, and it looked different, you know? And in now and age, there's a lot of places to get inspiration, like fashion wise. There's Instagram, there's Pinterest. I feel like Pinterest is really good because you can like pretty much type anything and it'll give you a list. You can save outfits, save pictures, and kind of like, oh, I have a shirt that looks like this and I can match it with that and that, gives you like examples of how to match it. And like, if you're kind of on the fence of like how to match it, it can give you an idea. There's books you can read. One book I would like to like shout out, I got a while back, is this book. What is it called? Like the Dictionary of Color Combinations. It's really helpful because, like, let's say I buy a piece of clothing that I really like, but I don't know like what colors to combine it with. In here, it'll pretty much give you like, you look it up and then it'll be like, oh, it'll look good with these colors, and you try it out and you're like, okay, that actually looks good. But definitely like play around with it because it's not like, obviously, like it's not like a one size fits all solution, but it's definitely a good starting point and a guide to help you style colors better, combine your colors, if that's something you're into. And there's like, lots of books about fashion and lots of inspiration. So don't just, get stuck where you're at. Always try to improve. Just obviously the holiday seasons, everyone's with their family, me included. I got things to do, got some Christmas shopping left to do, and just been kind of running around trying to get everything, in place. But appreciate you guys. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Kwanzaa, all the holidays, don't want to leave nobody out. But see you guys in the next one. Peace.